Hi guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, please remember to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new video that I uploaded later. Okay, if you do like this video, please click on the like button, give it a thumbs up, and do share this video to your friends so that they can also learn from this video. Okay. So without further ado, this is the fourth video under the series of videos for the business mathematics for your ITM course. And today in this video, I'm going to discuss further on the chapter on trade and cash discount. So we're going to do the first video tutorial on this topic, and we're going to cover problem solving from the past semester exam papers. All right, so without further ado, let's just continue with our session for today. Okay, let's look at the first past semester exam papers question. So this is taken from the December 2015 question number 8. Okay, the question states that Jati Furniture Shop received a 4,800,250 invoice dated on 30th October 2015 with trade discount of 10% and 8%. So there are two discount rate here, trade discount rate. And then a cash discount term is also given of 415, 225 and 245 was offered. The first question asks you to determine the single trade discount equivalent to the given trade discount. That means the single trade discount equivalent to the 10% and 8% trade discount. And then the second part asks you to find the amount paid if the payment is made on the 10th of November 2015. Okay, so how do we solve this problem? So as usual, the first thing that you need to do is to identify the given informations. So based on the given question, so these are the things that you are given in the questions. So the first one that you have here is the invoice price, that is 48,250 ringgit. And then you have the invoice date dated 30th October 2015. And you also was given the trade discount rate of 10% and 8%. And finally, you have the cash discount term 4/15, 2/25 and n/45. So which means that 4% cash discount will be granted if the payment is made within the 15 days from the date of invoice, and then 2% cash discount will be granted if payment is made with between the 16th day until the 25th day, and then full payment is due within 45 days, and no discount will be granted if payment is made between the 26 days until the 45 day out of the from the invoice date. All right, so that are the given information. So how do we solve the first problem? The first problem asks you to determine the single discount equivalent rate. Okay, single discount equivalent rate, SDER, or sometimes we just call it as single equivalent discount rate, SEDR. So both mean the same thing. Okay, so to find the single trade discount equivalent, so what you can do is by using the SEDR formula, which is given by 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2. So here you only have two trade discount, that is 8%, 10%. Okay, so you have the formula 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2. So replacing D1 with 0.1, which is 10%, and then replacing D2 with 0.08, which is representing the 8% discount. So you have 1 minus 0.9 times 0.92. So calculating these things, so you get the values of the SEDR to be 0.172 or equivalently 17.2%. Okay, so that is for the first part, determine the single trade discount equivalent. Okay, once you have found the SEDR, the second part is to find the amount paid. So in this case, you are given that the payment date is 10 November 2015 and the invoice date is 30th October 2015. So basically, the first thing that you need to do here is to identify the number of days payment is being made. Okay, so what day is payment was being made. Okay, so in this case, the duration from the 30th October until the payment date, the 10th November. Okay, determining this thing, so you get that you have between the payment date and the invoice date, you have 11 days. Okay, so that means since you are paying in the date 11th day, so in this case, your payment is within the first part of the cash discount term, that is 4/15. So payment was made within the 15 days. So that means you are entitled for the 4% cash discount on top of the trade discount 10% and 8%. So to find the amount paid, you can use the formula LP1 minus SDER because you already have the value for the SEDR. So again, just now I just mentioned that SEDR or SDER mean the same thing. Alright, so sometimes I jumble up the D and E, so but it means the same thing actually, right? So LP is 1 minus SDER, so 1 minus C, where C here is the cash discount term. So if you don't want to use the SDER over here, you can just straight away use the trade discount, that is 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2. So if you're using that, it will be LP 1 minus D1, 1 minus D2, 1 minus C. Okay, and then plus AD. AD here represent any additional costs. Okay, or in this case, maybe in the form of any additional charges, such as transportation, handling charge, postage, packaging, and so on. Alright, if any. Okay, so having this formula, substituting the correct value in the formula, so you are already given that the list price is 48250. So the 1 minus SDR, so SDR just now you have calculated to be 17.2%, so 0.172, and the cash discount is 4%, so 1 minus 0.04 plus 0 because there's no any additional charges. All right, so evaluating this value, so you get that the amount paid to be 38,352 ringgit and 96 cents. Okay, so that is the amount paid at when payment is made on the 10th of November 2015. Right, so that's all for the first question. Okay, let's continue with the second question. So the second question is October 2016, part A, question number 7. Okay, so for the October 2016 past semester exam, they have part A and part B, right? So it stated that Ali bought a computer listed at 5,000. He was given trade discount of 20%, 10%, and 5%. Find the net price of the computer. So they ask you the net price. So in this case, again, as usual, before you start with the solution, you need to identify the given information. And the given information here is the list price is equal to 5,000. And then you have trade discount rate. You have 3 trade discount rate. Simply, this is the chain discount. So 20%, 10%, and 5%. And then you are asked to find the net price NP. Okay, to find the net price, so we can use we have two solutions over here that you can use. So it's up to you to choose whichever that is you preferred. Right, so one is easier than the other, so it depends on your preferences. Okay, so solution 1 is by using the direct okay, by using the direct formula for net price, that is NP LP 1 minus D1, 1 minus D2, and 1 minus D3, because we have three trade discount rates, so D1, D2, and D3. So using this formula, substituting the correct value into the formula, so we substitute LP with 5,000, D1 with 0.2, that is 20%, D2 is 0.1, 10%, and D3 will be 0.05, that is 5%. Okay, so solving for this one, you get 5,000 multiply with 0.8, multiply with 0.9, multiply with 0.95. Okay, so finally you get the final answer to be the net price is RM 3,420. So that is for the first solution using a direct formula given by NP. Or you can use the second solution by indirectly first calculating the single discount equivalent rate for the chain discount of 20%, 10%, and 5% using the SDR formula. So substituting again with a D1, D2, and D3 with 20%, 10%, and 5%. So you get the SDER to be equal to 0.316 or equivalently to be 31.6%. Okay, so this is the single discount equivalent rate that is equivalent to the three trade discount, 20%, 10%, and 5%. All right. So once you have the SDR, then you can find the NP using the SDR in replacing the trade discount, chain discount just now, right? So you have NP LP 1 minus SDER. So substituting the SDR with 0.316, you finally get the same answer as before. That is the net price to be equal to 3,420. Okay, so that is for the second questions. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So the next one is the same past semester exam papers, but right now from part B, question number 1C. Okay, so this question stated that an invoice dated 26 October 2014 amounted to 8,260. Was offered trade discount of 7%, 2%, and cash discount term of 3/15, 2/30, and /60. So the question right now asks you the net price after the trade discount and then finally the amount paid on the 17th of November 2014. So you can see that this is similar to the previous one that we have just discussed. So as usual, the first step is to determine the given information. So in this case, the given information are the invoice price 8260, and then you have the invoice date 26 October 2014, and then you have the trade discount rate of 7% and 2%, and finally you are given the cash discount term 3/15, 2/30, and /60. Which means that 3% cash discount will be granted if payment is made within the 15 days from the invoice date, and 2% cash discount will be granted if the payment is made between the 16th day until the 30th day of the invoice date, and finally full payment is due within 60 days from the invoice date, and no discount is granted if payment is made after the 30th day. Okay, so that are the given information. So the first part asks you to find the net price NP after the trade discount. So using this net price formula, so NP is equal to LP 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2, because we only have two trade discount rates, 7% and 2%. So substituting into this value, so you have 1 minus 0.7, 1 minus 0.2, and LP is equal to 8260. So calculating this information, so you get that the net price to be equal to 7,528.16 cents. Okay, so that is for the first part. The second part asks you to find the amount paid if payment was made on the 17th November 2014. So first of all, we are given that the payment date is on the 17th November and the invoice date was on the 26th October. So the first thing that you need to do is to determine the number of days between the invoice date until the payment date. So calculating these two date difference, so you have that the total number of days from 17 November, from 26 October until 17 November is 22 days. Okay, you have 22 days. So compare again to the cash discount terms. You found that it's already exceeded the first 15 days. So 3% is not entitled, but it is entitled with the 2% cash discount. Okay, because it's still within the 16 until the 30th day. So that means you are entitled for the 2% cash discount. So once you have identified the cash discount, so right now you can calculate the amount paid by the formula NP 1 minus C plus AD. So recall that here I'm using NP instead of LP. Okay, why I'm using NP here? Because you already have the values after the trade discount, that is NP. If you don't have the values for the NP over here, so you can use LP 1 minus D1, 1 minus D2, 1 minus C. Okay, since right now I already have the value for the NP, so you can use NP multiply with 1 minus C. So you don't have to repeat the calculation with 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2 because it's already calculated earlier. Okay, plus AD for any additional charges if any. So basically substituting the correct value. So in this case I'm using NP instead of LP because I already calculated the NP over here. So you have 7528.16 multiply with 1 minus 0.02, that is 2% cash discount, plus 0, so there's no additional charges. So calculating this one, so you get the final answer. The amount paid is 7,377 ringgit and 60 cents. Okay, so that is the amount paid if payment was made on the 17th of November. So you can see the process. So first of all, you need to find the number of days, identify the cash discount if entitled, and then calculate the amount paid. So that is the process. Okay, let's move to the last question for this video tutorial. So this is December 2016, question number 8. Okay, so it says here the net price of a furniture after trade discount 8% and 5% was 3,496. On 25th February 2016, an invoice of the furniture was issued with cash discount term of 4/10, 3/15, and /30. So the question asks you to find the list price of the furniture and then the net payment if the invoice was paid on the 5th March. So the net payment here is simply the same as the amount paid. Okay, but this question is a bit different because they didn't ask you for the net price, they asked you for the list price. Okay, previously in the previous questions, most of it is just basically they give you the list price, find the net price, but this is the reverse process of that. So first of all, you need to identify the given information. So in this case, the given information is not the list price, but the net price, because it says the net price of a furniture. So that means the net price here is the price after the deduction of the trade discount. Okay, so the net price is 3,496, and then the invoice date given here is October 25th February 2016, and then the trade discount rate given was 8% and 5%, and finally you have the cash discount term 4/10, 3/15, and n/30. So the first thing that you need to do here is to find the list price of the furniture. So how to find the list price of the furniture? So LP, using the net price formula, which is given by NP equal to LP 1 minus D1, 1 minus D2. So substituting the correct value into the formula, so you have the NP is replaced with 3496 because the amount given there is the net price. So LP remain the same because that is what we want to find, and then replacing the D1 with 0.8, sorry, supposed to be 0.08, okay, 0.08, not 0.8, 0.08 and 0.05. Please make the correction. All right, so this is supposed to be 1 minus 0.08 and 1 minus 0.05. Okay, calculating that value, so you get 3496 LP 0.92 because this one, okay, remember to make the correction here, so this is supposed to be 0.08, so you have 0.92 over here, and this one is supposed to be 0.05, so you have 0.95 over here. Okay, so solving for LP, you found that LP is equal to 4,000. The list price is 4,000. Okay, so that is the first part of the question. The second part of the question asks you to find the net payment order amount paid. So first of all, we need to identify the number of days to determine whether is there any cash discount term entitled or not. So in this case, you have the payment date is on the 5th of March, and then the invoice date is on the 25th February. So calculating the difference between these two dates, so you found that you have 9 days gap. All right, so how do you get the 9 days? So you have in February 29 minus 25. So remember that for 2016, it is a leap year, so that means in February there are 29 days. Okay, there are 29 days, so that's why we have here 29 instead of 28. So you have 29 minus 25, you have 4 days over here, and then 1st March until 5th March you have 5 days, so total you have 9 days. Okay, since you already have 9 days, you compare again with the cash term over here, 4/10, 3/15 and /30. So your payment is on the 9th day, so that means you are entitled for the 4% cash discount. Okay, so you're entitled for the 4% cash discount. Okay, so this is the cash discount 4%. You're entitled for the cash discount 4%. So the next thing is to calculate the net payment. So the net payment is simply given by the NP 1 minus C plus AD. Okay, so why I use NP over here? Because I have the value for the net price. If you don't have the value for the net price, then use the LP 1 minus D1, 1 minus D2. Okay, so in this case, since I already have the NP, so you don't need to put in 1 minus D1 and 1 minus D2 anymore because you already done that. Okay, so remember that. If you have LP, then you have to include the trade discount rate in the solution. Since this one I will use the net price, so I don't have to use the trade discount rate anymore. Okay, because it's already been calculated. So you have NP 1 minus C plus AD. So substituting with the correct value, so NP is 3496, and then the cash discount is 4%, and the AD additional charges is 0, so there's no additional charges. So calculating this information, so you get that the net payment is 3,356 ringgit and 16 cents. Okay, so that is the solutions. That is the solution for the second part of the question to find the net payment. Okay, so remember in these questions, whenever you involve with the date in the month of February, please remember to identify whether the given year is it a leap year or not. Okay, if it is a leap year, then February will have 29 days. Okay, so that's wrap up our tutorial for the trade and cash discount topics. Hope this will help you in understanding more on these topics and help you in doing your exercise to solve the problems in your textbook or in the past semester exam papers. Okay, so if you like this video, please click on the like button and do subscribe to my channel so that you won't miss any new video uploaded, and of course please click on the notification bell so that you won't miss any new video released in this channel. So until we meet again in the next sessions, so all the best to all of you. Okay, good luck and thank you.